when you get down to like the specific details of the issue, there's still a wide range of variety of different ideas and stuff they want to implement, what they want to implement and all that. So
no, we're equivocating.
there is.
No, we're equivocating really hard here. The Republicans presented a unified front against the ACA, and that's why they defunded it.
There's more to it than just that.
Okay,
So
what
it's
more
like,
of the
what are you gonna-
Republicans proposed to it? What was their replacement for the ACA?
Well, that's the thing. There was a bunch of different suggestions. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
but what
pretty sure-
legislation? I don't care about what whoever random person on Facebook. I want to know, what did Republicans replace the ACA with?
There was a bunch of different people wanting to do a bunch of different stuff, and that's part of the reason why it was so hard to get rid of it, is because
Okay, so let's say that you're a person
But that's
who
part of the
has
reason why.
diabetes and now you're losing your health insurance because the ACA is being defunded. Do you think that that person cares that there's a lot of different ideas in the Republican Party about what to do with
Hello, cutie
healthcare
boy.
if none of it got to the legislative stage?
I mean, in that specific example, I don't know.
What else
probably
matters
they don't care.
besides that, though?
I mean, everything else. Dividing people and making them seem like it's us versus them, and then it becomes more tribal. You still have to engage those people and explain to them why what they're saying is so stupid.
How
If
do
you
I
just start
engage people that
dismissing
don't even
ideas,
care to engage with factual arguments, though?
say, okay, like I have to walk away with this, but just to say, like, I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
people
but
out there
I've
who may
tried
just
to
be-
engage these people in fact. There is no engaging in fact with this person. It's easier to call them stupid and move on to people that can actually be persuaded.
Easier for who though? Easier for you?
Yeah, easier for me. Easier for everybody. Why would I waste time debating somebody that gets 95% of their news from Alex Jones and the Daily Wire?
You
But
know,
this is always the
lesser-
problem. This is the problem with the fence-sitting centrists, is you always say, like, it could be dangerous. It could be dangerous. So right
No,
now...
it has been. In the
No,
past,
no, no,
there's-
no. That's not the real danger. The real danger isn't that you hurt too many conservatives' feelings by calling them stupid.
no.
The real
It's not
danger is that right now, it's possible that we're already on an irreversible path to extinction due to climate change. But I'm saying that the problem is, I don't...
This is what I'm talking about. You take someone that something says that might be a nuanced view, like I just said.
There is not a
that isn't
nuanced view on this, though. That's the
Sure there
problem.
is. No, from everything that I've heard and that I've read, in a couple years, Puerto Rico is going to be underwater, and
I mean, like, there have been some absurd hyperbolic
claims
claims.
by 2050.
Sure,
That's-
and
I mean,
sometimes the medical surgeon general or whatever, like, recommends certain vaccines and they don't work out as well. So do we just abandon like every
right.
single flu
No,
shot,
and
or
that's what I'm saying is that's no, I'm not saying we should, and that's where some of the nuance comes. Is like, yeah, well,
what is the
maybe
nuance?
Yeah, climate change may still or does still exist. a few
Okay,
years
but the
ago.
problem is half the Republican Party doesn't even believe it exists right now.
Not by saying totally dismiss you as retarded and not have a conversation with you.
Why would
That's
I
not
waste
how
my
you do
time
it.
talking to somebody that thinks that climate change is like a total hoax?
Just because you vote for Trump doesn't necessarily mean you agree with every single thing he does. It's better than the alternative, or I agree with enough of what this person is saying that I think it's worth voting for them.
What is
Like, it's not all or
what is
nothing.
the enough of what the person says that they're worth voting for a Republican? Are you like a Trump supporter?
I mean, yeah, I voted for. I didn't vote for him in the primary, but I voted for him.
So
in the
what did you vote for Trump for?
Well, I mean, honestly, if you're asking me personally, I feel like I myself am more of a fiscally conservative person. And
So what do you have to do with the record rates that he's raising the budget and everything?
I don't think it's great, but I think what's happening with our economy is great. Unemployment is great. I think.
Okay, hold
that
on.
the
You just said that you were
record-
fiscally conservative, and the way that Trump stimulated the economy was with deficit spending. These two positions are completely contradictory. You realize that, right?
I don't think that's great. I just said that I don't agree with what he did, the way he did it.
Sure, but
I
you
think
just said that
there
you're
was-
happy that the economy is doing well because
It
of
is,
essentially
it's not.
stimulus spending. We're increasing the deficit by
Well,
reducing the amount of
that's the
tax
only
receipts we're getting.
But that's the thing, is that's not the only sole reason that our economy is doing well. There's other things that come into play, like tariffs. Like, I mean,
Wait,
there's a
you think
million
tariffs are
different things that go
improving
into
the
this.
economy?
No, but I'm saying that they play a role
In
the
improving the
outcome.
economy?
No, not necessarily improving or
Because
they're
every single
improving or
economist,
dis-
including his last lead economic advisor that resigned, thought that
Yes.
tariffs were fucking horrible for the economy.
I thought he got fired.
No, he resigned. Okay, so backing up, what is one positive reason why you voted for Trump? What is one policy position that you thought he would have taken? Not like, well, I thought he was generally better than Hillary. Like, what's one thing that you wanted from him that you thought you couldn't get from the Democrat?
A better economy.
Okay, so
have,
you're
like,
giving me okay, it's not a bad thing, but you're arguing from your feelings. Do you acknowledge that at least? Like, you feel like he's doing well with the economy, but you can't point to a single policy position or empirical fact that demonstrates how that's possible.
It's not a feeling; it's a fact that the economy is doing well, right?
But we're not
it's a
arguing about
feeling
whether-
that it could be doing better. That's the
Incorrect. We're not arguing about whether or not the economy is doing well. The argument is whether or not Trump has contributed to the economy doing well.
Give me like three or four days. I'll go ahead and pull up all the stats. And
Okay,
policy
no.
positions
I
that
understand
think
3 or
he's
4
doing well
days,
on.
but
So that's what I'm saying.
Can
is,
you?
like,
I just
it
want to
seems
hear
like
from you that you're telling me that you've argued from feelings. You're giving me your feelings right now because you don't have any of this information. You just have a feeling.
No, I have facts to back up that I.
No, you don't. I'm asking for them now, and you're not giving me any. Like the stock market dropped almost 10% at the beginning of this year. Was that Trump's fault?
Not fully. I mean, it's partly yes, not completely. Just like anything else, man. It's
Why?
Not
Where are you getting these opinions from? You're just giving me your feelings. It is. You're giving me feelings because you can't point to any policy position. You can't point to any possible thing that Trump has done. You're just telling me your feelings. I mean, you're the one that brought up the economy when I asked what you liked about Trump. This was your topic. So what other topic would you like to explore?
I think a lot of the social changes he's pushing for are pretty cool. I think that
what social
he's done a lot
changes
for minorities, and I think that
wait, okay. So you're making statements that are void of any substance. Like a lot of the social, like what? Like name a social change that he's pushed.
I just think that the whole, I don't know, man. There's so.
So Trump says, after consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. This was his tweet.
Okay. So who are those people that he consulted with?
No one fucking knows. No one ever knows who Trump is consulting with when he makes vacuous fucking stupid tweets like this.
I don't know how to defend that exactly. I mean, if he's saying that he talked to the generals, all I can really I'm curious who he talked to.
Nobody. No one knows because Trump always lies about this shit. He probably saw something on fucking Fox News and did it.
What you're saying is just, I mean, do you really think that? Do you really think he just like sits at home
Yep.
and like watches
That's
Fox
what he's
News
done time and time again. Yeah. How many times? What about when he announced the travel ban and the Department of Homeland Security was scrambling, figuring out how the fuck to put it together? He does this shit all the fucking time. How do you not see this? Because there are tons of people that will show that anything that Trump tweets the next day can be directly corroborated with what was shown on Fox and Friends and shit the night before. It happens all the time. You are very opinionated on some of these things, but you have no factual backing for any of them. So for instance, if I walk up to a person and I go, hey, what's up? And like, hey, yo, what's up? And like, what do you think about John? And the guy's like, John? That dude is he's the worst human ever. And I'm like, oh shit, why is that? And like, well, he's just done bad things. I'm like, damn, what kind of bad things has John done? And like, I mean, I don't know. He's just done bad things. Well, like what? And like, well, I don't know. I mean, I can go and find out for you. Like, I'm not here to have a debate about John's fucking character. Like, I'm just telling you that he's a bad person. If you want to have a debate about his character, I'll go find out what John has done and then report back. It's like, well, hold on. You started this conversation off saying that John was a bad person, a person of bad character. What do you mean you're telling me you have to go and research now things that he's done? You've already got the conclusion. The research should come before that. So when I have a conversation with you about Trump and you say things like, I voted for Trump because I like him more than Democrats because I think he's got good policies, or I think that Trump has done good things for the economy, these are opinions that you already have that you needed empirical data to arrive at unless you use feelings to get there.
But I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's definitely room for me to provide more actual evidence of what I'm saying.
I'm not saying there's room for you to do it. I'm saying that you've already failed as a human being and you've reinforced every single negative opinion that I have of Republicans and had coming into this conversation. I specifically Instagram messaged you and I said, Strange, every time a Republican says what you've said, immediately they prove themselves wrong in the next 30-minute conversation. I was incorrect in stating this because you proved it correct in less than 15 minutes.
You think that I've gone to the websites and I've looked at articles from both sides of the argument and that I've just made this shit up and then I've just come to these conclusions just based off of how I feel?
Sure. So you're one of two things are happening right now. I don't know. There's one of two things. One of two ways I can answer. No. You're either lying to me or you're lying to yourself.
Amen.
Because you have not done research on any of these topics. You've listened to a demagogue and you've taken their opinion at face value. That's where you're getting your opinions from. You've listened to somebody else like Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity or Alex Jones, and now you're repeating me their opinions at like you listened to a demagogue and now you're repeating them like a good little puppet should.
I mean, if you want to do like personal attacks and stuff, I understand where you're coming from. Like, I don't have, anything in front of me to sit here and, have a full-on discussion about this. If you want to
why do you keep saying that? I never wanted a full-on discussion. I just wanted one point. I'm just asking for one policy point from Trump or something that you like.
I mean, I like a lot of what he's done. If you want one specific policy, I think a lot of what he's done that's great is the stuff that he hasn't done. So like the stuff that he's prevented from happening just because of him being the president versus, someone more democratic like Hillary.
Sure, like what's one thing that Hillary would have done that would have been bad?
Well, I think she would have tried to push for more like open borders.
Sure. So when you say push for open borders, what would lead you to think that?
From the speeches I've heard her give, basically open borders.
Do you think that Obama had open borders?
No, he was known as the deporter-in-chief, right?
Okay, and you know that the net flow of Mexicans actually was negative for the first time like in the history since 1964 or whatever. Why would you think that Hillary would come in and reverse all of that?
Because I'm pretty sure she said that that was a bad thing when she was giving her speech and they were asking her about it. During one of the debates, I'm pretty sure she say that she wanted that to be reversed and she thought that that was one of the negative things of Obama's presidency.
I don't remember this ever, but I mean, I only watched every single debate, so maybe I just slept through it. Listen, it's been a fun conversation, buddy.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Stay safe.